I spent weeks studying exactly how a differential works so that you can understand it in under a minute. At first glance, they might seem really complex and hard to understand, but at their core, they're extremely simple. And they are critical to the function of every single car on the road. When a car turns, the wheel on the outside of the turn traces a larger circle and therefore has to go further and spin faster than the wheel on the inside of the turn. We can see this super clearly if we paint both wheels and then trace their path on a sheet of paper. Okay, so why does this matter? Well, if the car has a solid axle, so that one wheel can't rotate without the other wheel rotating at the same speed, and we trace the same path, one or both wheels have to skid in order to take a corner. So we need wheels that are free to rotate at different speeds than one another. So then how do we get power from one motor to both wheels, while allowing them to rotate at different speeds? So let's fasten a spoke on the end of each axle so that by pushing on each spoke, you can spin each wheel independently. Now by adding a cross piece, we can rotate both spokes in the same direction at the same rate of speed. So let's get something that holds that crossbar in place so that it can push both spokes. And notice that it's not locked to the axle, so it can rotate independently. We can spin both wheels by rotating this support, as long as they're headed in the same direction at the same speed. But let's see what happens when we try and go around a corner. With this arrangement, we can't drive one wheel faster than the other. If we stop one, the other one is seized up too. So what do we do now? Let's put this cross piece on a pivot so that it can swing in either direction. Now it can drive both wheels at the same rate of speed, and because it can pivot, it can drive one wheel forward even when the other one has been stopped. But if you drive it too far, the cross piece loses contact with the spokes. So we need to add a lot more spokes so that they stay in constant contact with the crossbar. Now when we stop one wheel, the spokes stay in contact with the crossbar and push the other wheel. And in order to reduce this jerky motion caused by all the space in between these spokes, we can design teeth that remain in constant contact with one another, and they're cut at such an angle that they rotate together very smoothly and silently. A way to conceptualize how these bevel gears are designed is to imagine that they were cones extended out along their respective angles to meet at this virtual point in the center. Then another identical gear is added just to share some of the work of driving the axles. Notice that when one wheel is stopped, power transfers smoothly and seamlessly to the other wheel that's free. Now, I designed this differential for a 3D printable RC car, and so I put it all in a casing, and I added 2 more small spider gears to share the work, and threw it all into a belt-driven RC car and absolutely yeeted it down the road. And yes, that was over a minute. But now you know how a differential works.